5 former police officers in Memphis, Tennessee have pleaded not guilty to second-degree murder and other charges in the case of Tyre Nichols. Mr. Nichols, a young black man, died in hospital 3 days after being beaten in Memphis last month. Videos showed the officers repeatedly kicking and punching Mr. Nichols after he fled a traffic stop. David Willis has more details, and his report contains some disturbing images.
Their faces masked, the 5 Memphis police officers made their first court appearance as the mother of the young man they're accused of killing looked on. Huddled before the judge, it was left to the lawyers dotted amongst them to enter pleas on their behalf.
Plea of not guilty.
Urging patience, the judge said the case would take time to come together. But there are those, Tyre Nichols' family among them, who believe these brutal body cam images speak for themselves. They capture what their own police chief described as a wolf pack mentality on the part of the officers involved. Having pulled Mr. Nichols over only yards from his home, they drag him from his car and punch, kick and beat him with a baton as he calls out for his mother. Tyre Nichols was taken to hospital but died 3 days later of his injuries. He's been described as a sweet-natured young man who had his mum's name tattooed on his arm. What prompted the officers to pull him over is still unclear, but 5, Tadarius Bean, Demetrius Haley, Emmett Martin, Desmond Mills and Justin Smith, are facing charges of second-degree murder. All were part of a specialised street crimes unit disbanded in the wake of Tyre Nichols' death. 6 weeks on from her son's arrest, Tyre Nichols' mother described what she's been going through as a nightmare.
I want each and every one of those police officers to be able to look me in the face. They haven't done that yet. They couldn't even do that today. They didn't even have the courage to look at me in my face after what they did to my son.
Tyre Nichols' death prompted protests across the country and renewed calls for police reform in America. A proposed Tyre Nichols law would compel police to intervene if they saw a fellow officer assaulting a suspect, but previous legislation of the kind has come to nothing. The police officers accused of killing Tyre Nichols are now out on bail. They're due to appear in court again on the 1st of May. David Willis, BBC News, Washington.